Hey fam, we're back with another video. We're doing Reginae Carter, getting to know a little about me. In case you guys didn't know, Reginae and Armand are dating, and we love couples. So we'll get to know. For those who don't know who she is or what she's about, here you go.
Hey my nabe and naysayers, what's up? How you doing? How you feeling? Are we feeling good? Okay. Are we feeling good enough to hear a couple of, honestly, this is a story time video, and I want to start off by saying, my last video with my prank, I get it, we're all grown here. I'm not gonna go crazy with the pranks. I am goofy. I do like to have fun. So you might see a couple of 1-2s, but trust me, I don't play. So y'all ain't gonna see nothing that's gonna cringe you or feel like, yeah, like, come on now, it's me. But let's see, back to the story time. I asked you guys to send me things that you would want me to talk about and stuff like that. So I am about to go to it. Here we go. First of all, very shady. Some were very shady. Like, don't talk about my thing. If y'all see that, that's why. Yeah, I'm gonna redecorate my whole house soon. So hopefully, I don't think I'm gonna take y'all with me doing that. Sorry, safety reasons, but yeah, let's see what's some good ones. What's the biggest challenge you have faced that's really straight up and out in that motherfucker? Let's see. I'm gonna start off with saying everybody would be like, oh, okay, but basically, the biggest challenge that I faced in my life, just period, and I still face that challenge, is just people really knowing me for me, and me not being stamped and put on, and stamped and what's the word? Connected to so many different people. I feel like as Lil Wayne's daughter, no one really takes my accomplishments serious, because they're like, oh, she's Lil Wayne's daughter, she don't get that, or she got that because of her dad, or she's this because so it's no one will ever a lot of people will they won't never give me my real props and really see the behind the scenes of what I do, and that I make my own money, and I don't always call, this ain't no TV show or movie. I don't call daddy and be like, oh daddy, I'm stuck, I need you. No, my mom, my father and my mother taught me to fend for myself and be able to, I could call them, but be able to, depend on me and get what I have going on together, and not have to always use their name for something that I want,
That's very good. I like how she started off with that, because I'm sure that is a misconception, that a lot of people think that because she grew up, in a celebrity family and etc., and has famous parents, that she's not out here working on her own or grinding on her own, and all the stuff that she does and she's depending on her parents to give it to her. So I can tell, at least from the little pic I've seen, that she's a very independent person. But it's good to hear her say that,
because it's what I want. It's me. I'm supposed to be doing this. So I would say the biggest challenge is just everyone feeling everyone not really giving me my props, and always, and I could say growing up, I probably gave people the ammunition to feel that way, because I was always, I'm this is that, I'm this is that. But come on now, you're growing up with the best rapper alive. You going to shows, you seeing all of these famous people, all these famous people calling you their niece and they sister. They like, come on, like, I understand. I had to humble myself, but you gotta understand where I'm coming from. But I definitely have to humble myself. I still am humbling myself. I still go off. I still do stuff like that, but it's like, you gotta understand and kind of like try to walk in my shoes and try to see like, okay, that's why she's like that. Okay, I get it.
That's true. And I would imagine also that, there's some pressure, even let's say when she got to the point where she started supporting herself more or completely, it's still pressure of like she has to look a certain way and be a certain way, A, to be around all the celebrities, but B, because that's the expectation, so she can't negatively, like say she has a day when she doesn't feel good, she want to go out, she has to be fully made up, she has to have the right clothes on, she has to be seen at the right places. So it's like being a celebrity, in the spotlight, and then kind of technically not being that, but making your own lane and making her own platform. So now she is a celebrity in her own right, and she's worked hard to get there, because there's a lot of, children of celebrities or whatever, that aren't as popular or famous, and don't have a business model like she does. So, and also other income in addition to YouTube and etc.
Because I try to do that with other people in my life that I probably don't know what they went through or what they go through, but I get it, But next question, next thing, let's see. Let's see. What is something you're passionate about and that you're currently working on? I'm passionate about bettering myself, and like I just said earlier, like I'm still working on myself, so I'm passionate about bettering myself because a lot of people don't know, like, I ain't sick. A lot of people don't know you have to be right within. You have to be happy. You have to be, strong. You have to be whole before you can deal with people and want from people and want something in return from someone that you're not giving out. So it's like I'm trying to like right all my wrongs and see what I have, so I know that when I go to different tables, I'm like, okay, I know I'm like this, but how is this person? Like, what's the problem in this situation? If I know how I am, then I won't be pointing fingers at someone else all the time, because it's like, okay, I know me. That was me. I was wrong. So I'm passionate about bettering myself and just knowing me and learning myself. I'm also passionate about my work. YouTube, I love you guys. I love this life. I am not a YouTuber, but I feel like I love showing my life. I've been showing my life since I was 10, 5, 6, 7 years old on reality. So this is my reality show. This is me. I don't feel like I love listening to things that you guys want me to do on my channel to, interact, because you guys are my viewers. You guys are my family. Y'all are watching me. So yes, but it's like I am going to give you what I go through in my life, and it's like some things I can't help. Some things like y'all gotta be like, oh no, don't do that again. Well, it's not part of my life, it's me. So but yeah, and I'm working on my fitness line, and I'm working on just everything so I can get everything out to y'all, and we can keep making this money and keep just being bosses. Okay. All right.
She's adorable. I like her. I like her. And I hate to always say people mature, because I know I'm a lot older than her and etc. But she's very centered into who she is and what she wants out of life. And I don't know, if everybody's that self actualizing, who self kind of understanding yourself and what you are, what you want, what you've gone through, and how to make those changes that early. in their life. You know, sometimes you get introspective when you're 30 or so, or 40 or so, or sometimes it takes longer, 50 maybe, you know, but for her to be, you know, a young adult, and she's, you know, thinking about ways she can improve herself to make herself a better person, and then also making sure that she has multiple streams of income, and also being respectful as far as like, you know, I don't know if it's the lingo or whatever, but, you know, she called us family, you know, and so I think that's a very humble, kind of generous, you know, just because I know all these special people doesn't mean that I'm better than other people, kind of thing, you know. And that's a very good way to kind of look at things.
What do you do to make yourself feel better after a bad day? If y'all been seeing my thumb, please don't talk about me. I just got my nails done and messed it up already. My life.
And that's another thing. Living in the bubble, you know, I've said it before, but it's so interesting to me anyway about, you know, how you gotta apologize for everything. Like, she ain't apologized like twice on this video about, you know, don't worry about this, ignore the background, you know, my nose is this, and I don't have a cold, and, you know, I know it's, you know, yeah, part of YouTube, you got to kind of explain stuff so people don't get on you, and I know people do, unfortunately, but it's just, you know, that's another layer of concern that you have to, like I said, the always be perfect type deal, you know, or explain, you know, share stuff that, you know, you may not share in like a one-on-one conversation with people, you know, because other people are watching and thinking things.
But anyway, what makes me feel better after a bad day? I would have to say just praying, taking a little nap, relaxing, going in an environment by myself and taking time to understand what is going on, what happened, what made that day bad. Because I feel like if I'm out, everybody getting it because I'm mad. And it's okay to be mad and have a bad day, but like when you go out and you put that on other people, that's when it's the problem. So learn to take your time, and maybe if it is a bad day, stay in and get some time to calm down. Because it be sometimes I be going to like fast food restaurants or anywhere, like, and I understand it's okay for you to have a bad day. Shit, I have bad days all the time, but I didn't do anything, and it's not my fault that we're in this situation, and it ain't my fault that I'm in this situation. It ain't your fault that you're in this situation. I don't know what made you mad, but I'm just here doing what I'm doing, and you here doing what you're doing, you know? So just, you know, try to get some time to yourself before you go out and just spread all of that. Ugh.
That's good advice, you know, because you on something, and I know myself, you know, I have the tendency to have a little temper sometimes, you know, and just, you know, anything, like when you're in a bad mood, everything on your nerves, the smallest thing, and it's like not always that other person's fault. Sometimes it's you, and you need to chill and be alone type thing. But yeah.
In the world. How did you start a fitness line? Well, you know, I've always been into working out and fitness, so I'm like, my trainers always used to tell me, like, girl, where are you going? Like, what are you doing? So I've always wanted cute clothes, and I just brought them into one. And also, the world is just so boom, boom, boom. I wanted to bring in a meaning where it's like, okay, you feel confident, you fit in, you feel equal while wearing it. And you don't have to be wearing it at the gym because the outfits are cute. So like you could go somewhere else. Come on now. How do you know if you found the right one? That's a funny question to me. Well, not a funny question. That's like a tricky question to me because I'm a firm believer in how do you ever know if it's the right one? And not more so the right one, but the one for you. You know, like, it's never, because, you know, after years of people sometimes being together, they could have been the right one for each other for like 10, 15 years, but they grew apart or they whatever. So how do I know if the one is the right one for me now at this moment, what we do? Like, you know, I would say if that person vibes with me, if I can learn from that person, if I feel like I can be with that person forever and I don't never want to leave that person's side and stuff like that, because I'm a firm believer in things lasting forever, but I just never see it nowadays. So it's very hard to say, oh, they're the right one, when it's like, oh, I hear people like, I've been together for 40 years, but I'm getting a divorce. Like, they were the right one. They felt like that was the right one for them. So after 40 years, where are you going to go if that's your person? Are you going to find another person that's the right one? So it's like, it's too many people in this world to be the right one. There's too many puzzles to fit. So I would say the one for me right now, the one for me as I'm growing, yeah, I would say who I can grow with, who I can love on, who can teach me things, who can, you know, be my puzzle piece. I know, right? And like, I hope y'all take that right, because, you know, some people's minds don't be there. So, I don't know. Well, I'm going to do a couple more questions. That's 11 minutes.
I see what she's saying, though. I mean, you know, it's helpful to know yourself to know if the puzzle's going to fit, right? You know, so of course it's about whoever makes you happy and have fun with them and etc. But like she said, are you guys growing together? Is that person also, you know, working on themselves, improving themselves, and do you guys fit well?
I don't know. Maybe a couple more. How does it feel to be the daughter of a living legend? Child. It has its ups and its downs. No, I'm just kidding. First of all, I love my father. I love my dad. I'm a lot like my dad. Y'all don't really get too much of my dad because he's a private person. He's not really like out there, but he's a fun person. He's a great heart. He got a great heart. Fun-spirited, jokes all day, everything. So I'm a lot like him. But you know, the world is crazy when you have a father who's in that position and who's been in that position since he was 12, since I was born, before I was thought of. So, y'all need to ask him how it feels to be Lil Wayne. And then y'all can ask me, because I can only get half of what he gets. Not even, probably. So, I don't know. I love it, though. I mean, I don't never regret anything in my life. I live life with no regrets. I don't care what you done seen me do, what you done seen me go through, what blogs you done seen, who you done seen me with. I don't regret nothing. I love everything about my life. I love every lesson I didn't learn. Lesson I didn't learn and I'm still learning. I love everything, you know. So you can't live life with regrets, you know, like.
I agree with that. You know, you learn from what you can and, you know, avoid making mistakes and, you know, just deal with things as they come, etc. But, you know, you have to be appreciative and thank God for your life and, you know, the ability to live it.
I'm saying, like, I mean, if you just out there living reckless, then that's, I don't know. But you're growing, you know. I'm only 23 years old, so it's like, why am I regretting anything? I ain't 40, 50. I'm young. Like, I'm supposed to be making mistakes. I'm supposed to be learning. I'm supposed to be loving. I'm supposed to be doing all that good stuff. How do you build confidence? I love this question. Because in this world, it's so hard to build confidence because it's such a, like, ideal look that everybody feel like you should look like and how you should be and what you should do, because it's such a judgmental world. But you build confidence by looking in that mirror. Well, I build confidence by looking in that mirror. Look at me. I'm looking at myself right now. I ain't looking at the lens. I'm looking at myself because I love me. I'm beautiful. And no, I'm not saying like, oh, like stuck up way. No, I'm beautiful because I have a great heart.
Right. And you all are beautiful too.
I love hard. I have a great smile. Somebody asked me why you smile so huge. Every inch of hugeness of this smile is happiness, okay? Even if I'm not happy, I'm going to smile because I know deep down inside I'm blessed. Why are you that mad that you can't smile? Stuff happens in life. Life happens. It gets sticky. You know how sticky it gets? You know, okay with that cat. Not when I'm making a wig. No, it gets sticky. But you cannot. Okay? I'm learning that now too. Guess what, y'all? I'm very wise, and the things that I say, I'm learning as well. So don't go in this video and be like, oh, this girl says she this and that, but no, I'm learning too. I'm just 23 years old and righting my wrongs and knowing what's going on with me. It's people that's 30, 40 years old that don't know what the hell they got going on, and they're a mess. They're a wreck.
That part. See, I said that too, you know, and I think also, as somebody older, you know, you still learn, you know, so it don't matter how old you are. There's people who are 100 and they're still learning themselves. They're still figuring out things, you know, so it's a constant process. There's not a point where you're going to master everything and then be like, okay, I'm just coasting.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Daddy. I'm going to get right. I think I'm doing just fine, though, y'all. I am crazy, though. Everybody know that I'm a Sagittarius. Sometimes you're just you. What's two things you aren't open to in a relationship? Threesomes. And, well, look, I just came out and said threesomes. Well, I'm not. Threesomes or any other type of poly situation. Or what's another one? Like if I'm not open to in a relationship. And the other one is something I ain't gonna say. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do two more. Is it hard growing up in the industry? Yes, it is. We already know that. It's just like me growing up as being like Lil Wayne's daughter. And in this industry is so different now. I know fuck the industry. It's hard growing up in this generation as a 23-year-old. And I'm me, you know? So it's like, don't feel discouraged. Like, literally everyone is feeling like this at our age. Like, it's too much pressure on us. It
really is. I think social media and also the whole COVID thing, you know, I mean, like, people aren't even really experiencing, like, you know, if I had like COVID during my high school years and stuff like that, I mean, that would have been completely different, and it feels different. It must, you know. There's a lot of, like, you have to be a lot more mature now, I think, than you had to do in years past as a millennial now.
Putting too much pressure on ourselves because of social media is portraying so much of fakeness. Let me tell y'all, okay? We are all human. Nobody's perfect. Everybody deals with things. Everybody goes through things. Everybody sits in their damn bed and cries sometimes because it's too much going on. It don't matter how much money you have in your bank account. Everybody go through a time where it's like, shit, I need to make this. I need this to be that. It don't matter. Like, I want everybody to know that. And this is why I also made a YouTube, because I wanted y'all to know the real life, kind of like this entertainment life. It gets real, and I'm gonna tell y'all that. Okay, y'all, my space is running out. So yes, hard being in the industry. I forgot what I was saying, but let me know if you guys want more story times. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Press that bell notification.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Share if you care. Click the bell and become part of the Armoneylife squad. I thought this was a cute video with Reginae, and I hope this helped for people who didn't know her as well, or even the people who do, you know, to understand her a little bit better.